Welcome back. Now, have you ever wondered what makes an artist tick? How's their emotions and experiences influence the art they create? Well, Bandile Magibili's book, To Be Black, delves into these questions and more, offering a unique perspective on spirituality, reconciliation, and art interpretation. Drawing from his own experiences and observations, Magibili provides insight into the process of creating art and emotions that can be found within it. Well, the author joins us virtually to tell us more. Bandile, a very good morning to you. A warm welcome to Morning Live. I mean, what was your inspiration for writing To Be Black? Tell us more about it.
Okay, no, To Be Black emanates from personal experiences as an artist. Amongst those is the suppression of one's art. You know, when you do like creative works for some certain institutions, they will mess up your work and give credit to the wrong people. So I got to be exposed to Mr. Mkai's work as well, who have actually suffered the same fate. So, and also being somebody who is involved in the ground in creating developmental platforms for artists, one got to realize there's a lot that is going in the background that nobody speaks about. So To Be Black actually explores some of those realities. Hence, it says To Be Black, because in some instances, works of Black artists will be stolen by those who've got power and who've got money and who are in leadership.
I mean, speak to us about what sparked your interest in spirituality, reconciliation, and art interpretation.
Yeah, when it comes to spirituality, we have a different way of how we connect with nature as Black artists. But when you look at the history of art, it's only focusing on white artists and barely on our own artists. So meaning everything that we do, we need to emulate what artists versus drawing inspiration from our very own artists. So the reconciliation part is also a result of, if you can see the paintings of Mr. Mkai, which are contained in the book. Before we can talk reconciliation, you must get those who have done wrong to admit that they've done wrong without us having to be the ones to spearhead the process of getting them to tell us that this is their form of reconciliation without acknowledging what really happened and how do we reconcile going forward.
And in the book, you know, you talk about the importance of emotions in art. You know, how do you think emotions can be captured in a piece of art?
Yeah, emotions are captured because, you know, as an artist, when you feel a certain way, it's either you express it through music, through paintings, through craft, through sculpture, etc. But at the time you create it, you already spoken, but I realized one of the reasons why fine art in particular is not taken serious, or visual art, it is because artists don't really express themselves for people who are recipients of the art to get to understand what was going on behind that. So in To Be Black, I tried to break that stereotype by actually having to get the artist to actually explain what was going on during his thought process, during when he created the paintings that he did during that time of apartheid and oppression.
Now, the book also discusses, you know, the role of culture in art. Speak to us about the relationship between the two.
The culture of art, it relates to the same thing that I've mentioned, that we have a certain way that we connect with our ancestors, how we connect with nature as Black artists in particular. So our expression is not going to be dictated by this, let me say, the curriculum of how the techniques of how to draw and all those things, when in essence they don't really capture the significance of where we come from and how we live in our cultural backgrounds as indigenous people in particular.
Now, speak to us about your journey so far and how these different things have influenced you and how you've formed an opinion or a stance on spirituality.
Yeah, so as an artist, it's not just limited to spirituality, but it's based on personal experiences of one went through as an artist, the suppression that one is talking about the works that one would create for certain organizations, and then those with power and money would silence that. For instance, the case of the flag of South Africa, which was also credited to somebody who was a chairperson of the selection board at the time of when the call was made to South Africans to submit artworks like Mr. Mkhai did in one of his work, and then credit was given to Frederick Bronwell instead of Mr. Mkhai in terms of the design of the flag, then history got distorted and not recorded in the right manner. So we connect like in a different ways, and we have come to, as Black artists, to accept the fact that our works are going to be stolen, and we're not going to say anything because those who are in power and those who are in the legal space and otherwise, they cannot be challenged because they've got money to influence just every institution that exists in the country.
And just finally, do you think art can be used as a means of healing or self-discovery? If so, how?
Art is life, because at the end of the day, like for instance, if we were to make reference even to the Bible that a lot of people believe in, it is said that your talent will take you before kings, and art is a gift from God, the same God that people don't really believe in terms of executing the mandate that they are supposed to actually execute in life, which is art. For me, actually shows the fact that as people, we were born to simplify life for those who do not have the unique skills that we possess. But we try to be to emulate everybody to become one thing instead of actually being unique to our God-given talents that the God that we claim to believe in is actually blessed us with.
All right. Bandile Magibili, thank you so much for talking to us. He was taking us through his book titled To Be Black, which offers the concepts of spirituality, reconciliation, and art interpretation.